Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Welcome everybody from the past to the present to whoever may watch this in the future. Welcome. I want to invite each and every one of you to hang out. And if you see something you like, great. And if it might not suit your fancy today, maybe tomorrow's video will. I put out content on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those days are for educational style videos. They might be stitch tutorials. They might be my patterns. They might be hey, have you ever done this? It could be anything from processing the fiber to spinning it into yarn or using the yarn to knit, crochet, weave, which I have back here, all kinds of different things, Tunisian crochet. I also tat, lots of different things can be found here. So if Monday's video isn't for you, maybe Tuesdays or Wednesdays will be. Also on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get together and we have a live spin and chat. I spin fiber into yarn while we chit chat. This past Thursday, I was unable to do it and I had to cancel. I'm very, very sorry for those of you that were looking forward to it and waiting for the live and didn't see where I had put in the community tab that I had to cancel. I am terribly sorry. I look forward to meeting back up this coming Thursday and getting started again. Also, if you notice, for those of you that have been around from last Saturday or before, you'll notice that it's Sunday morning is now my podcast. I thank you for your input, each and every one of you that chimed in and gave your input as to switching it from Saturday to Sunday. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and your input matters. Yes, technically this is my channel, and technically you watch videos whenever you can. Absolutely. But I also know that when I'm used to seeing somebody's videos regularly and all of a sudden it's not there, I start wondering, wait a minute, what did YouTube do now? You know, so I wanted to run that past everybody and kind of get everybody's input. And it also kind of gives you a heads up that that was the direction I was leaning to move into Sunday morning for my weekly podcast update of what's Spring been up to. This week, I have worked really hard on the upcoming knit along. I say upcoming, there is no specific date on the knit along yet. I am still working up my pattern. I have the biggest part of it done, and I'm just going to flash show you. Did you catch that? That's the biggest part of the pattern. It is done, but there is more that I want to do. I did work up one thing. I didn't like how it was turning out. It was kind of making it look like a cape instead of what I wanted it to look like. So I frogged that part out, and I'm going to revise that part of the pattern as I'm working it. So I did most of that. Of course, like I think last week I only had like this much done, and now I've got quite a bit of it done. I've got the whole body of it done. I still haven't even started recording it yet, so that'll tell you where I am as far as the upcoming knit along. We're still working up the pattern and getting it situated. Once I have the pattern how I want it, then I will start recording it and we will schedule the knit along. So you guys got some time yet. It will be done in a DK weight. We'll just go ahead and throw that out there. And I know that not all of you knit. I have done lots of crochet alongs. The last one was a bit more of a faster pace and more of a basically kind of intermediate, because I spaced it out, did just a certain amount and was like, okay, this is your repeats, here you go. But I have done several knit alongs, a tat along, or not knit alongs, crochet alongs, tat along, and it's time for my knitters to have something, right? So I have that in the works for the upcoming knit along. Also this week, last week I showed you all I was working on a granny rectangle, and I said that it was basically for phone conversations with what I had going on and still have kind of lingering stuff going on. I started something that I could just work on while being in a in-depth conversation on the phone and not get lost as to where I am or having to count stitches or anything. And what it is I went through and found a bunch of the yarn that I had spun way back at the beginning when I was first starting to learn how to spin on my manual spinning wheel. So stepping away from a drop spindle and moving to a manual spinning wheel. And that was the very center of this right here. And then basically it's kind of like I'm doing a progression of my spinning, because this is yarn that I have spun. The whole entire thing is going to be nothing but yarn that I've spun. We're going to go from this to some fractal spinning. There's some more of that fractal in the center, which you can kind of see a little bit better there, into a solid, and then into some of this hand dyed. All of this is an acrylic blend, and I'll hold it up so you can see it a little bit more. But it's also, it's pretty much all 100% acrylic, polyester, polyamide blend with a very low percentage of wool. So here we are. That's how big it is now. And yeah, I'll just keep working on it until I run out of this kind of yarn. And however big it gets is however big it gets. I'm not too worried about size or anything like that. Basically, I wanted to take this yarn that I had sitting around for, oh man, it's been more than 4 years. It's been sitting around and building as I've progressed in spinning yarn. So I just wanted to put it into something and have something to do while I was chit-chatting on the phone or sitting in a live. The other thing that I have done this week, of course, I have done some weaving on my loom. Not a lot, but I did work on it some. The main thing that I worked on, other than the 2 projects I just showed you, is I made 14 hats on the Addy. These hats are for Bumblebee Outreach, which a fellow YouTube channel, K&K Crochet, it's their outreach, and their links to them, you know, their channel will be down in the description box. But so here we have this, and it is reversible as the last sets, which you can see are all right here. I'm boxing them up as I go, but it is reversible. So we have it like that or the other way. So that is hat number 1. Then we have hat number 2. Again, reversible. And this is just solid green. Hat number 3. I'm going to set that out of the way. Hat number 4. This is all gray and pink. Just depending on which way you wear it, depends on what it looks like. It could look like, let me get it situated. Ooh. Here we go. So it could look all pink, or it could look basically all gray. That's entirely up to the human that wears it. So there's that one. Also this one, it is single layer with a brim on it. That will be in an upcoming tutorial on the Addy. I have 2 tutorials on the Addy already. One is, here it is in the box. This is how you get it set up. And then the next one shows you how to make one of these from start to finish. The next tutorial that I make will be one on how to make a single layer with a brim on the Addy 100%. So there's that one. Then we have a all purple, completely, totally purple. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have green and cream color. It's almost like a mint green. It's not really cream. It's more like a mint green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Help me keep track here. This is some hand-dyed yarn. It is an acrylic yarn. It's the same irregardless which way you put it, but it is some hand-dyed yarn that I made quite some time ago. So that is, what, 8 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Here's another one. This is just some random Karen Simply Soft I had laying around, mixed with, so that's the outside of one, and then the outside of the other is this. So depending on how you want to wear it. So that's 9. Then we have purple and pink, and here we are the same on the inside as it is the outside. So that is 10. This is 11, and it's got all kinds of different blues going on here. Kind of however you want to wear it, you can wear it type thing. Again, this was some of the hand-dyed yarn up here that I made quite some time ago, way back when I was playing around with just random dyeing of yarn, nothing in particular. So now we have 12, and this is 12. This is actually 2 strands of yarn held together, 2 DKs. And so that is the outside of one, and that's the outside of the other side. And then we got 13. 13 is like this, or like that. And then we've got 14, just a simple black and gray, and it's the same inside and out. So that is the 14 hats that I made this week with the Addy to go in that box over there for Bumblebee Outreach. And that is a local to me program that K&K had set up quite some time ago, and there's a story involved with it, and I welcome you all to go and check it out if you're interested in being a part of donating to that outreach. It's a wonderful local outreach to myself. So yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. We're going to go ahead and get into a slideshow. I want to thank all of you that submitted pictures over on the Facebook group or through email. And I'm going to get all of those together, put them in a slideshow with a little bit of music, and add that at the end of this podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and watching my videos from start to finish, and hanging out with me each and every week when I come back for my weekly podcast, which is now on Sunday morning. But let me go ahead and get that together. I'll get it added to this. And I want to say be blessed, be a blessing, and thank you again for coming and hanging out with me each and every week. Bye for now, everyone.